Okay, sorry about that. For some reason, the Yeti microphone cut off. So as I was saying, this is welcome to NORDERRA. This is episode 6. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope everyone had a safe 4th of July. And a shout out to all the pets out there that were traumatized from the explosions. And we apologize for missing last week. We had some scheduling conflicts. Another announcement before we get started. I have been in talks with a couple potential sponsors for the stream. I wanted to surprise the guys and the viewers at the same time. I'm kind of excited about it. I don't know where it's going to go, but here's hoping. Yeah, that's it. So things are going pretty good over here. Rob, I know the camera is kind of facing at your back at the moment, but how's things going for you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Just kind of keep on keeping on.
There you go. I'm glad to hear it. And how are things going with you, Hunter?
Good.
Good?
Yes.
Just good? All right. Having some Arby's over there? All right. Josh, I see you have a new computer. Welcome to the 21st century.
Yes. It is dice bag size. Perfect, so I don't have to bring in another thing.
Wow.
Yeah, the other one, it took like 15 minutes for me to start it up here at the table last time, so I said, alright, time to get a new one.
Dang. So, also just to let you guys know, as I'm sure you just saw, the dogs are running loose in the studio right now. They seem to be doing okay. They're not causing any problems. As long as they continue that, they'll be out. You'll see them every now and then. George.
Yes.
How's things going for you?
Yeah, I'm alive. It's usually beats the alternative.
Okay. I mean, that's not saying much, but I hear you. Stacy, how's things going for you? I love the shirt, by the way.
Just say overtime.
Overtime?
Overtime.
Oh, jeez. I mean, that's, in today's economy, that's good. You know, with all the prices going up, so more money is better. That's for sure. But I feel you. I feel you. George almost had to work this weekend, so I'm glad he didn't. One more bit of news that I just remembered. We will not be having game next week. That is because Josh, Hunter, and Stacy will be carpooling to Fargo to pick up our 6th member of the group, Billy, which you guys will be meeting the following week. Shout out to Billy. Thank you for serving our country and welcome back home. We're excited to have you at the table. And I guess from there we'll go ahead and get started. So last we left off, the party members had arrived in their home city, well, most of your home city, and you guys have been doing your own thing. A couple of you are checking out the Mage's Tower, a couple of you are wandering, some of you are at home. So we're going to do as per usual until situations start. We're going to go ahead and start with Rob. So Rob, where you last left off, you were currently in the inn.
Right. We had just spoken to the innkeeper, who is basically a friend of ours now since we, quadrupled her business or something like that.
That is correct.
She gave us a key to our room, so we're going to go check that out.
Okay. So, as you go up the stairs, you notice that the hand railing appears to be made out of the dark mahogany, and the steps itself has been layered with granite.
Okay.
So she's definitely upgraded. You definitely don't want to fall down these stairs because it's going to leave a mark.
Right.
But as you get up to the actual hallway leading to the rooms, you notice that there are lanterns that are fueled by oil that are lit all down the hallway. So the hallway is incredibly well lit. So there's no sneaking in the hallway. But you get to your door and
we're going to sneak down the hallway.
You're going to sneak down the hallway? Okay. They still see you, but no one's in the hallway. So you make your way to your room and you notice that the door has a double lock on it.
Okay.
The same key is used for it. But when you're on the inside and the master lock is engaged, you notice that the outside locks change, the tumbles change.
Okay.
You're not sure how they do that, but the door is also incredibly thick. It's like this thick.
Sure.
And there is a crossbar to drop into the safety door barricade holders. As you walk in, there is a dresser. Basic wood craftsmanship. Smells brand new. The smell of cedar is in the air. The wood, the bed is made out of also cedar. Think very log cabin looking. There are some antlers hanging from the ceiling that some candles are positioned on, and then there is a tray underneath of it that catches the wax. There is a small pile of candles in the corner, and then on the far left-hand side there is a fireplace, a small one, and there is a small stack of wood beside it. The bed is a lot of hay and throwaway cotton that has been stuffed into a mattress basically, and over top of it is a couple of blankets, and then a bear skin is the blanket with a couple pillows.
Okay.
And then there is a bedside table that also is made of cedar that has a thank you letter for choosing the Black Dolphin.
The generic one?
Yeah.
Okay. We would like to take 20 to examine the room very, very thoroughly to make sure there are no secret entrances, no
Okay.
observations. If there's a mirror, we're going to make sure it's not double-sided. Just
You can give me a roll.
okay. Taking 20.
I'm having you roll for something else.
Okay.
Just give me a generic roll.
Okay, so just a d20, not
Just a
add
D20.
anything to it.
Yep.
That's a 14.
Okay. What's your passive perception?
Passive perception, 17.
Okay. So you barely notice it, like just barely. But there is in the far left corner, close to where the fireplace is, you can barely see scratch marks on the wood that goes out in a C shape. The normal eye would not have seen that because it matches one of the grooves in the stone flooring.
Okay.
So, but you happen to notice it.
Okay.
It also, you can tell by the age of it that it hasn't been used in a very long time.
Well, the room itself should only be 6 months old, right?
No, the room's far older. They just they renovated.
Oh, I thought it wasn't.
The first four rooms.
I get it.
The
Okay.
first four rooms were already attached.
Okay.
They expanded.
I gotcha.
So you're in one of the first four rooms. The other 10 rooms are new additions. So they took down that wall and went out.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is one of the original 4 rooms of the inn.
Okay. So we'll examine that, what we assume to be a door or panel or something.
Okay. Are you also taking 20 on that?
Sure. Yeah, because we don't want any ingress here that we
Okay.
don't say so.
So do me a favor and keep track of how much time you've spent. That
Yep.
way I can keep everything in a proper time spiral for everyone.
Yep.
So after taking 20 and you examining it, you notice that one of the stones, it kind of barely just wiggles, like barely. You notice if you use something to move the grout around it and you twist it, the door will open.
Okay.
But again, this hasn't been used someone grouted over it. It's old.
Okay.
So you don't even know what's under there, or in there, or down there, or up there.
Okay. And it doesn't look like there's anything in the wall that can look in, like a peephole or anything.
No.
Okay.
No, it's a solid stone wall.
Okay. We will save that for another time then. How heavy is the dresser? I mean, is it pretty bulky?
No, it's a normal medieval time dresser. It's maybe got 3 or 4 drawers in it.
Do we think it would block that door? I mean, I know we didn't open the door, but do we think it would block it? If
Like it would stop it from opening?
Yeah.
It wouldn't stop it, but you would hear it moving.
Okay, we're going to move that in front of that that opening then,
Okay.
and then hesitate to do this, but it's character and we kind of have to. So other than that, there doesn't seem to be any
Nope.
way into the room. Is there a window?
There is no window in this
No
room.
window. Okay.
Did you ask for a window?
No.
Okay, because there is window rooms in the first floor.
No, that's fine. It's more important that nobody can get to us because we're about to do something that would make us vulnerable. So
Nope. There's... Unless they break through the door, nobody's
Okay.
coming in.
So we'll lock the door. We'll put the crossbar down.
Okay.
We blocked out the door. We haven't been able to do this for about 6 months.
Hold on one second. So what happens when you put the crossbar down, all of a sudden you'll see red arcane runes glow, and it starts to weave runes and symbols down the crossbar,
Okay.
and then up the door all the way. And then it goes across the walls all the way around the room, and then the ceiling and the floor.
Arcana check.
Sure.
19.
360 degrees in all directions of alarm,
Okay.
targeting you.
Okay.
So you'll hear if anything crosses that threshold.
Sure. And I will remind you, I'm sure you know this, but just so in case it becomes important, we do have the boon of undetectability, which means we cannot be scryed on.
Yep.
So our bases should be covered. So we're going to take Tickles out of the bag, let her kind of scamper around and everything. She's getting kind of big, but she's not full grown yet. She still has about 10 months before that happens. We'll feed her a little bit, and then
She's loving that.
and then the twins will get down on the floor, cross-legged, like face to face with each other, and they'll spend about an hour just weeping, crying, like they did in front of the statue. But they couldn't do that when they were in front of any of the people, so they're going to weep.
Okay.
So that's been an hour and 40 minutes, assuming that goes nothing
Give
interrupts
me a
us.
wisdom save.
Okay.
Individual one for each of you.
Okay. 1 second. 60. That's right. So 60. Yeah. Female. Wisdom save.
Yeah.
So the female got a 22. The male got a 15.
Okay. So, while you are weeping, the female got the high roll, right?
Yeah.
She feels a familiar warmth kind of encompass the twins.
Okay.
And you don't see anything, but you feel a very gentle hand on your shoulder. And it remains there the entire time.
Okay.
And then you notice out of your peripheral vision while you're crying that Tickles appears to be staring at something behind you. Like it's just looking at it.
Like there's a camera or something up there?
Yeah. So I don't know if the viewers noticed, but Tickles has abandoned her toy mouse, and decided that she's going to be a little more adult, and she's much adorable. So, as you guys can see on the table, there is a representation of one of the districts of the city that they are in. It is not complete because this is the area where the event is going to take place. So it is the limit and boundary of combat that may end up happening. But I will inform everyone that I am planning this week to work on a diorama. So now that I've said it on camera, I have to do it. So the diorama will be a lot of work, but thankfully when Stacy has some time, he can come over and help me paint it because he's our painting guru. But anyway, so after you're done weeping, you guys are exhausted.
Okay.
Like, I've actually in real life weeped before, and it takes a lot out of you because you are actually allowing your emotions to take over 100% when you weep.
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys curl into bed to kind of lay there and regroup yourself, you both fall asleep.
We're elves. We don't sleep. Or is this a...
This is a thing.
Okay.
You both fall asleep. Tickles is curled up in between both of you, and you feel like you wake up, but you know you're not up, and then you look back and you can see your bodies.
Okay.
So you're out of your body at the moment, and standing in front of you is a human-sized version of a very familiar face. Freya. She says, with a very gentle voice, I have seen your pain multiple times throughout your life. Is there something I can do to help you? You do good work for many people.
The only one who can help us is the Allfather.
Well, he is my husband.
And maybe you can help us. We look around, we're very paranoid. I mean, it's our character thing, but
I will arrange a time for you to meet with him.
Is this Freya or Frigg?
Huh?
Is this Freya or Frigg?
It's Freya.
Isn't Frigg the wife of Odin? Or am I mistaken?
Freya is Odin's wife.
I think that's Frigg. I'm not trying to correct you, I'm just...
No, I want to be accurate. I could have wrote my notes wrong.
Because I remember, like, the lore of Norse is Freya is...
oh, you're correct.
She's sought after by everyone, but she's like, nope.
You're correct. My apologies. So Frigg.
oh, okay, that's fair.
My apologies.
So she's not as familiar to us because it was Freya that we prayed or that
Before.
we.
It would have
statue.
been Frigg before.
They're-
Okay.
I'm gonna retcon that. It would have been Frigg before.
Okay, that's fair.
My apologies.
Even if there were different ones, they both kind of handle the same domains and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they're so similar. It's very easy
Yeah.
to get them
They're
mixed
they're
up.
both like life and family and stuff.
And cats. Freya also is cats. That's kind of why I went with Freya automatically. But anyway, so Frigg says, I will arrange for you to have a meeting with him. It may take some time. He is incredibly busy.
We know.
He will probably come to you while you meditate.
Thank you.
And she
Very
will
kind.
go like this, and your handkerchief that she gave you will appear in her hand. And then she'll go like this, and she'll wipe her eye with it, and then she'll hand it back to you.
I hope we didn't cause you too much trouble by using this.
No. You did a selfless act. Continue to be selfless, and I will continue to give it to you.
We'll show her
Crazy.
what is it? The tattoo. I forget.
Sun.
Yeah, the red sun. Is that what it was?
Yes. Yeah, the rogue skill.
Yeah. And we'll say, do these people also do good work?
They do work. She says their methods for some situations are unorthodox and unsavory, but some of their other works, like feeding the poor and providing for those in need and doing jobs for people that can't afford it, there is good in what they do. You just have to pick and choose what jobs you do for them if you intend to maintain your integrity.
Well, they seem to have machinations for us.
It is up to you what road you allow them to lead you down. But thankfully, that organization allows their members to choose their own path.
Thank you. You've been very kind to us.
She will kneel down and she will scritch Tickles on the chin, and Tickles will purr, close her eyes, and she'll say, This one is going to grow in beauty and grace. I fear for those that it's her temperament alters for. Her anger will be a weapon and a sight to see.
Well, hopefully we can keep her from getting too angry. She's alone in the world except for us.
She'll stand up. Safe journey.
Well,
And she will fade. You will return to your body and both of you will wake up. You feel incredibly long rested. And you notice that about 5 hours have gone by.
plus what I did beforehand?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm up to 6 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, I'm saying.
All right, so we're gonna go on to Hunter now. Hunter and Hild.
Hild's at the bottom. I'm not in there.
I know, but Hild is out front, sitting on a very comfortable chair, snacking on tea and crumpets.
Nope.
Why not?
She doesn't eat.
That is a lot of heat.
Kicking it.
Just roll.
Oh. Oh, you rolled for it last week and you were eating.
Oh, then I guess I did. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she made the check to see if she was.
Yeah, she was already doing it last week, is what I'm saying.
All right.
Oh,
Last session, rather.
I'm eating it.
So, I'm gonna do Hild first, because her stuff is gonna be a little easier. So while you're sitting down there, one of the guards walks over to you while the other guard stays right by the door, and he'll say, "Is everything okay? You look distraught." I notice you have slave paraphernalia on you, but in my family and a lot of people that live in this city believe that treating slaves with respect is mandatory. What are you looking for, buddy?
For whatever reason, the jar.
I think it's on the shelf, I think.
Where?
Yeah. Yeah, if you could pass those out. Good call, I forgot. So, I'm actually going to give out 2 to each person. Because I'm on a no soda diet now, and the guys are helping me out by not bringing any to the house because we're trying to prevent it. And I know if they had the ability to bring it, they would. So I'm just going to reward everyone going forward. And thank
You don't
guys-
have to, but thank you.
Thank you guys for helping me with that. It means a lot to me. I
Here,
know,
Stacy.
I know it's an
you have 2
inconvenience.
red ones.
But anyway, he says, "So how are you doing? Or is there anything I can do to make you more comfortable?"
You have 1.
She's gonna insight him. Because she was not treated well when she first came here. Four.
He seems to be genuine. Like, he's actually showing respect to you.
I'm going to do a wisdom save. She's going to narrow her eyes at him, and she's going to sign, when did that change?
I need to roll an intelligence check for him to see if he understands. Wow. Okay, so he actually knows sign language. I rolled a 19 on the die. He goes, some people are assholes. I am not. I was raised by my mothers. Notice there was a plural there.
Good on you for being fortunate to have...
Hunter, stop. That face. I wish the camera could have caught that. That face, man.
She will sign, good on you for having a good master. Not all are that lucky.
Master? He does like question mark. But I don't have a master. He signs.
Are you not a slave?
I'm a soldier.
Then Josh is mixed because...
There are two guards,
Mm-hmm.
and remember, blue armor.
Mm-hmm.
They have long spears.
Oh, his mother was the slave. Right?
No, he just
No.
said he was raised by.
He was raised by his mothers.
Okay.
He said nothing about slaves.
Okay. I'm going to retcon that.
Okay.
There is much you don't understand when it comes to slavery.
He says, that may be the case, but slavery is something that I don't agree with. So I will repeat my question. Is there something that I can do to make you more comfortable while you wait for your master? I have to follow the law, but that doesn't mean I have to be an asshole while you're sitting here.
I know that face. Do it.
No.
Oh.
He says, my name is Bjorn.
She will sign, my master calls me Hill.
It is nice to meet you, Hill. I'm here every day from sunup to sundown. If you need me in the future, you know where to find me. And then he will go back to his post and go back to attention. The other guard kind of looks over at him. You know, kind of like, you know, consorting with slaves, you know, like I said, not everyone is like him, but he seems to be a nice guy. So with that, you're going to sit there for however long he's in the tower, right?
Yep, and now in a more surly mood.
Like more,
No, like,
okay. Like, come on now. So inside the tower, you have journeyed up the tower and have now met the owner of the tower.
Yes, I had stepped in. I saw the statue. I read the statue and appeared behind me that mage.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And he said, do you like my statue?
Loki finds it interesting.
He says, what can I do for you, wizard?
Loki wanted to talk to you. Loki has...
You and him appear at the top of the tower in his lounge area. Think Persian-esque. There are tapestries and quilts all over the wall, and they all meet in the middle on the ceiling, and there is a very large lantern hanging from the ceiling, and there are pillows all over the floor, and a massive table in the center, and a hookah on the table with multiple wands. Wands for the hookah, not magic wands.
Yep. I knew what you mean.
I think they're called wands anyway.
Pipes, I believe, is the term.
Pipes? Okay. Anyway, he says, please, have a seat.
I will sit down.
He'll go like this, and you'll see a little mini tray up here floating in front of you, and on the tray is some tea, sugar, milk, and some tea sandwiches.
That is unnecessary.
He'll go like that, and he'll disappear, and he'll sit down. So, what did you want to talk about? It's not every day I get a visit from a wizard.
Yes. Loki is aware that
A wizard blessed by Odin, I see.
yes,
Interesting.
Loki formerly was a cleric of Ofnir, but things have changed. Odin saw fit to put within Loki's path a book that would allow him to study the arcane more in depth.
One of the tomes of Naskith.
Yes,
Very rare and powerful item.
Loki read it, and Loki has become a wizard.
As one does.
Loki was hoping to get insight into further expand his knowledge of what wizards are and do.
He will spend an hour going over with you the fundamentals of schools, the basics of wizards, each school separately, pausing and allowing you to take notes if you need to. And he will answer questions along the way. And after that, you will have a full understanding of what every type of wizard is capable of. It's basic information, but it's so rare in this time. So it is definitely a very valuable thing that he's giving you by telling you this. But he seems to be very open, very candid with you. Like he's using, complete candor with you. And he seems almost excited at the prospects of having another wizard around. It's like, being a lonely wizard for most of your life, never seeing another wizard, it's a rough life. You get a lot of attention from other people, but never attention from the people that you want to talk to. So he seems happy to have you around.
Thank you for your information. Loki has another question for you.
Pause. I'm going to have you roll an intelligence check.
Natural 20.
So something pops into your mind that triggers that I don't think Hunter caught. Earlier when he named the tome, he used a specific name.
Nesketh.
What else is named Nisketh?
The island. And the Nesketh gods. I caught that.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I knew.
Your facial expression didn't change, so I wasn't sure if you had caught that or
Oh
not.
no, I caught that. I was just...
Okay. I will allow you to save that nat 20 for the next skill check.
So the thing is Hunter didn't go into it because Loki loathes them. He doesn't want to acknowledge that. For him, he's like, they're an abomination.
Okay.
An affront to Odin and the Aesir.
Okay. So, with that, he says, so what else would you like to talk about? How long are you staying? I can get a room ready for you.
Loki lives in town.
Oh, even better. So you can stop by and we can do wizard stuff.
Of course.
Oh, fantastic. Perhaps I could train you with some spells that you don't know.
Loki would love that.
Fantastic. He stands up and both of you appear in a room lined with books and scrolls. Ta-da! My life's work.
I look at him. What type of staff does he have?
Staff of the Archmage.
Oh, okay. Loki has a question for you.
Of course.
Loki sees your staff and was wondering if you could help Loki.
Ah, you wish to make one.
Well, not necessarily.
Okay.
I will pull out the broken staff of the Archmage and the empty one.
He'll chuckle. It seems as though the gods are toying with you. They give you toys, but not the whole toy. He says, he goes like this. He waves his hand, and the one that is whole, but not charged, is now active.
That was easy.
He says, a fellow wizard should not walk around with a mere replica. You are blessed by Odin. You should have a status symbol. A staff of the Archmage is not something one just finds.
Well, Loki found them.
Apparently Odin put them in your path. Obviously.
Yes. Loki was also wondering what you think of this, and I will show him the feather.
He'll look at it. You'll see his eyes turn white, like solid milky white, and he'll look at it, and then his eyes go back to normal when he shakes his head and blinks. That is a feather of Quetzalcoatl, the
Yes.
feathered serpent god.
Yes.
Quite the find.
Loki's servant found it.
Hild, the one
Yes.
downstairs. Interesting.
We encountered the serpent when we were on the island.
Yes, the island is filled with many old gods. It's fortunate that you didn't travel to the east of the city. There you would have found a much older civilization. Even older than the...
Loki wasn't a fan of those gods. Or so they claim.
gods? Like you met multiple?
Yes.
Ooh. Most don't survive encountering those gods. They're very primal.
We met the 6 that were imprisoned there.
5.
Level 5?
Yeah.
Level 6.
Nope.
The demigod
The
is the
sixth
sixth.
one.
Oh, yeah. the 5 imprisoned gods.
Ah.
We released them.
He kind of holds his forehead. Okay.
Well,
Were you supposed to release them?
a serpent demigod asked us to, and Odin didn't have any issue with it.
Oh, okay. Whew. He was
Odin
like,
then killed one of them.
This is quite the info dump on this guy.
he kind of takes a step back. Wait a minute. You got to watch Odin battle another god.
Hild did.
Wow.
This deity thought he could possess Hild and use her as a fairy.
Travel over water fairy or a winged fairy? You've never heard of a winged fairy?
Travel over water.
Oh. Ah. Yes, because the Asir bound them to that island. They're not allowed to cross the ocean unless they have a carrier. Interesting. So they're trying to leave the island now.
Well, that one was.
Well, that's even more incentive for Odin to kill him. They're not allowed to come to this continent. The Aesir have control over this one. Just like the lizard folk and serpent folk have control of Hexagol, and then the elves, the continent after that.
Curious.
He says, if you really want to see something interesting, find your way down past the ice barrier, and down there is where you find the cool stuff. The eastern continent down there is covered in snow, and the ancient forges dwell deep in the mountains and is protected by the dwarves. A great noble families. Anyway, back to your story. I'm sorry, I got on a tangent. I could talk for hours about this stuff.
Well, Loki was curious. What could he do with this feather?
Anything.
Make a nice stew.
Okay. He says, let me put it to you like this.
Make it really cool, man.
Imagine if you're walking down a hallway and you see something on the ground, you walk over to it, and you notice that it's Odin's ear. A finger.
Alright.
His eye that he lost. But it was a piece of that god. That item holds a fragment piece of that god's divinity. It's power incarnate. Divine power. Quetzalcoatl does not shed feathers like a normal bird. He only drops feathers when he wants to. It's like walking up to someone and pulling a finger off. So he meant to give that to her. By extension, possibly you. I don't know, I can't speak for him. But it is very rare for a god to give a part of themselves to another. Question about Hild. Does she have a grudge with gods by any chance?
That's putting it very mildly.
Trying to think.
If Loki knows.
No, I do know.
He's just thinking of how to word it.
I'm just... Because I will say yes, but I'm trying to find the funniest way, or the most interesting way to say it. Perhaps more so than most Jotun.
He kind of gets big-eyed at that. Like, that is saying something. He says, well, that explains a lot. So the feather was definitely intended for Hild. Quetzalcoatl does not like the Aesir, because Quetzalcoatl was bound to that island by the Aesir. He cannot influence anything on any other continent. This is an agreement that the gods made long ago. Each continent is governed by its own deities. The Aesir are free to move around wherever they want. So are the gods of Hexagol, and the elven gods, and the dwarven gods. But the gods of Nisketh are bound there because of the god war that happened very, very long ago. They obviously lost, and as punishment were placed there. So, if Quetzalcoatl is showing her favor by giving one of her feathers to her, then obviously he wants to make her stronger so that she's a threat to the Aesir. I would be cautious giving that back to her.
Loki does not think he will.
I wouldn't advise it.
Sorry, Hild.
He is Cor, the god butcher.
Yeah.
Now, I could be completely wrong, he says. as a wizard, we have to be aware of multiple aspects of a situation. The other aspect is, I could be completely wrong and he just liked her and wanted to give her a gift. That is possible too. There could be a no agenda there. I can't say. But the latter makes more sense to me. It falls in line with things, so...
It would be possible.
Yeah.
So, does Belzak have any interesting information for Loki?
He'll narrow his eyes.
Loki is given quite juicy information.
Uh-huh. Well... I'm curious if you could gather your group together and do me a favor.
Oh?
In exchange for me keeping silent on something that happened in another city upon your departure.
Whatever you mean.
I'm a divination wizard, my friend.
Oh?
I see many things. I see a particular barbaric individual from your group throwing a very rare and dangerous substance and destroying an entire city and killing thousands.
Oh, you mean like this? And I pull out one of the vials.
He'll kind of take a step back. Both of you will disappear and reappear down at the entrance. And he'll say, yeah, so that's not allowed in my study anymore. That he said, if my study was to catch on fire, I would lose decades of work. Thanks for visiting. Leave that with Hild next time. Or somewhere.
I think Loki thinks that would be a bad idea to leave it with Hild. Loki believes the town would burn up.
Hand the bag to one of the guards. They'll hold it for you. I
How
promise.
dare you assume I would do what he would do?
Let's be honest, he would do it in a
She
heartbeat
was
if you could.
she was livid when he did it. If you remember,
She was.
She didn't talk to anyone for a week.
Yeah, but you hate
She
this town.
slapped him.
I hate the building I grew up in. Well, I hate the building that I've been in for the past year-ish.
Right.
That I hate. I'm not dumb enough to torch this place like he was. Do I hear that?
No.
No.
George pushed the fuck around and find out button.
It worked.
No, he pressed the reset button on that place.
Yeah, they're gonna be rebuilding for years.
They're gonna have to wait years to rebuild because the firestorm.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
The-
they gotta wait decades, if not 100 years or so.
well, the whole coal mine it isn't mapped, so they're not sure how long it'll take. But they are pumping water down it, hoping it'll stop. But all they're getting is steam right now. So that whole southeastern part of the continent, there's a massive steam cloud always hovering over. So,
I love the fact that I terrified him.
yeah, like that's like his life's work gone in an instant. He's like, no,
Nope.
no.
I basically brought like a flamethrower into his study.
Yeah. So, the door will open. He'll say, "Have a good day. I look forward to seeing you next time."
Loki will definitely join you next time, and Loki will hear what you have to say about your favor.
Yes. Do come back. As you,
Ta-ta.
huh?
Ta-ta.
As you leave, the door will close gently behind you.
Mhm.
The guards will look at you. They'll nod. And you'll see Hild over there like...
I will go over, tap her on the head. Come along, Hild.
The chair and the table disappear
So I'll fall on my ass?
when you stand up.
Oh, okay. She'll stand up and
Poof.
give a muted sigh and start following you.
So, how was it out here?
She'll just shrug.
Anything interesting happen?
She'll sign, or she'll just shake her head no.
So we're gonna pause there and we're gonna go over to George.
Okay. After the incident at the jewelers, me, Lauren, and Pati are heading towards his house. So we're
Which is over there, the one with the circle chimney on top.
this one.
Yep.
Okay. So we're down here. So I'm gonna move us in that direction unless something stops us.
Okay, you get about halfway and the closest guard approaches you.
So that'll be that guy. And Pati will be right here.
He says, excuse me, what is your name?
Skull.
Do you have a last name, Skull?
No.
He says, well, can you come with me to the guard shack, please?
Why?
There's a matter that I need to discuss with you.
What?
I will discuss it with you at the guard shack. It's not something that needs to be spoken about in public.
Pati, take Lauren. Lauren, will you be good with Hati?
She nods.
Alright. I'll point and they'll head off.
Okay. They will make it to the house and they'll go in. The butler lets them go in or whatever.
Alright, so they're in here.
Yeah, just take them off the map.
Okay.
Just note that they're in there.
Okay.
So you can move over to the guard shack.
Here?
Yep.
Okay.
And you go inside.
Alright. Sorry, I can't see.
No, it's fine. I can put you in.
So as you walk into his office and the door closes, you notice that there are two guards, one on either side of the door, and they have a lance in hand, standing, in guard stance. And on their side, they have, one of them has a flail, and the other one has a warhammer. And there's chairs, 3 chairs facing a wooden desk.
What?
And the guy that brought you in is standing beside one of the chairs and he motions for you to sit down.
Mm-hmm.
He says the captain will be in a moment.
I'll sit.
He will step out, leaving just the 2 guards in the room.
Mm-hmm.
About 10 minutes goes by and the door opens, and in walks a similarly dressed guard, but the difference is he has a pauldron that looks like it's ornate and gold, basically symbolizing his status. And under his arm is a gold helmet. It's not actually made of gold, but it looks like it's gold.
Gilded.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he walks over behind his desk, sets his helmet down, and he sits down in his chair and he says, "Ah, Skull. How are things?"
I'm just staring at him.
Not one for pleasantries.
No.
Shame. That is something that you're going to have to rectify at some point. Someone in your situation is going to have to learn to communicate with others a little better. He says, "I have some bad news for you." He reaches into his desk drawer and he pulls out a folder that's got a few papers in it, and he'll put it on his desk and he'll open it, and he pulls up a piece of parchment paper that's incredibly long. It's like this long, and it has a wax seal on the bottom of it and a ribbon hanging off of it. He says, "I'm sorry to inform you that your great-great-uncle has passed away." And he'll hand you the paper. This is his death certificate, as well as him listing his lineage. His niece was supposed to receive it, but due to her marriage to a Earthane, she's not allowed to hold property, so it defaulted down to the next available representative of the family, which is you.
I'll look at the family tree. I assume my dad is his great uncle. Sorry.
His dad's your dad's father was his nephew.
Okay, so oh,
I'm sorry to have to give you the bad news. You can see why this is not given out in the street.
yes.
But I do have good news, and I saved that for last. Hopefully it alleviates some of your pain. He will pull up a couple more pieces of paper and he'll hand it to you. This is the deed to an estate. That belongs to him. That has now passed to you. Making you the Jarl of a territory. There's about 150 soldiers under his employment, 3 longbows. You should be writing this down.
Let's see, Geraldum.
I will pull up the map so that you can see. Save to. Oh. There we go. Okay. In Discord on general, I'm going to post a picture, and on Facebook. There you are.
Okay, yeah, I see it. So it's that harbor town nestled in the mountains.
Yep.
Okay.
Is that Grosh?
That is Grosh.
Wow.
How do you spell that?
Grosh.
Right at the end of the very pleasantly named Blood Bay.
I mean, we're Vikings. If it's not named something like that, we're off-brand.
Okay, so continuing on with the list,
Okay.
Stacy, if you don't mind, so I can see George.
Okay.
So 150 soldiers are Vikings. A population of about 3,000. Down.
I'm gonna let them out.
Also, the 3 longboats.
Uh-huh.
He is passing over the finances of the estate to you as well. The treasury of your great uncle was.
Dramatic dice roll.
Huh?
Dramatic dice roll.
Dun, dun, dun.
One copper piece.
For which you have to pay those 150.
It's electro.
4,075 platinum. And 84,000 gold pieces. Now, remind you that is a jarldom, so that is money that's been collected from taxes and raiding, that's used to upkeep. It's not just splurging money.
Yeah, it's made.
This is not the guard. This is Ron. So the guard captain will then continue and tell you that because of this and you becoming the Jarl of this region, the charges that were brought against you for damaging the city has been blamed on someone else. Conveniently by the Earthing.
How'd they know about it?
Yeah, that's my question. I'm not going to say anything.
He says, a scandal breaking out on a new Jarl is not something that our current Earthing needs. So, lucky you. Continuing on, you have 112 servants and 500 slaves. He says, you have for your personal residence and key places 150 guards.
This is in addition to the soldiers?
Well, they're Vikings. They're raiders, basically.
Okay.
They get on the long ships, they go kill things, bring back
Okay.
money. Hi, Serenity. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Welcome to NORDERRA. I hope you're enjoying. Right now, we're distributing some. There's a deck of Destiny. There was a card drawn a couple episodes back. If you would like to watch those, George's character inherited basically a small nobility, and we're now giving him his shinies. In addition to this, you have, if you wouldn't mind handing me the Dungeon Master's Guide, please. Billy! What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Can't wait to have you at the table in a couple of weeks. There is 10 magic items that's in his treasury as well. So, George, we're gonna have you roll. Actually, we'll actually allow everyone to roll. Is that okay?
Sure.
That way you can write.
Okay.
You can roll the first one and the 10th one.
So D100 or?
Yep.
Sorry, give me a second. I have dice.
So while he's getting his dice out, Serenity, tell us a little bit about yourself. Do you play D&D? Do you have a D&D group? Are you liking the stream? Is there anything you think we could work on? You know, hit us up if you have a question, anything. Let us know.
26.
26. Bracers of Defense. Stacy?
98.
98. Wand of the War Mage, +2.
93.
Ooh. Wand of Enemy Detection. Hunter.
First roll had been, 83. Like, didn't someone already get 83?
Wand of enemy detection.
Uh,
I got a 90.
Staff of Swarming Insects.
I got your favorite number.
69.
Wow.
Oh my lord.
No.
Okay, so for the viewers that are watching, I know it's a little cliche, but ever since I had been doing, been a DM, I've always picked a number that's really, really special and rare, because the odds of someone rolling any number is a very precise number, is very rare. But 69 is the number I chose. Think about it however you like, whatever comes to mind, whatever. But basically what it is I will find the item that's on the page that is most useful for the person who rolled it. Because they're rolling for loot for George being a melee person. Alright, George,
Yes.
remind me, you do already have a legacy, correct?
Yes.
I can't see you over there.
Yes,
You do have a legacy already.
yes.
And you also, do you wear heavy armor?
I wear medium armor.
Medium armor?
I already have mithril.
Alright, George, if you want to come over here real quick, I'll let you pick one of the items off of here. I think I know what he's going to go with, guys. But
Alright. What's good?
pick it, but don't say it out loud yet.
Alright.
So for those of you that are watching on the stream, we're going to do a little guessing game. Page 147 of the DMG, Magic Table G, George gets to pick an item. I'd like to see what you guys think he's going to pick. Don't say it out loud yet, but
Alright.
I'm going to see what their responses are before.
Do we get to guess?
Yeah.
He's gonna take a belt of giant strength.
Belt of Giant Strength.
That's what I was going to say too.
It's only. Let's see.
There's quite a few things on here that's valuable to each of you.
Memorized.
He's got the armor and he's got the weapons.
Alright.
And he got the bracelets of defense. Perfect for you. Or wait, don't
I
you
already
already
have
have
one, yeah.
Oh,
Got it?
perfect for me then.
Hang on a second.
'Cause I can't wear armor anymore.
Alright. I'm gonna go with.
Don't say it out loud.
Point.
Don't point.
Oh,
I don't want to know. I want to see what their guesses are. So you pick it and then go sit down.
Okay, don't tell you?
No, you got it?
Yes.
Okay.
Think of a
All right.
card. Is it this your card?
All right. So those of you that are watching, go ahead and type in your thoughts. We have 2 votes for Belt of Giant Strength. What do you think it is?
I have no idea. I don't know what's on the table.
Oh, I'll let you look at it. Actually, no, I got.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's cool.
Stacy, your roll.
31.
31. Armor of Resistance, Chainmail.
99.
Oh, Wand of Wonder. This guy was ganking a lot of wands. That's like the 3rd wand, isn't it? Hunter.
So, I rolled. I showed him
Was it 100 or 69?
69 again.
Confirmed.
The moment, so the moment Josh said 69, looked at mine, I was like, oh, 69. That's fine.
That's crazy.
That's incredibly uncommon. So, George, do you remember the list? Have you thought of like, well, I want that one, but I want this one better or more?
Sure.
So you're gonna write down the second one now?
Yes.
All right. So nobody's replying on stream, so I think they just have it on in the background while they're doing something. So, Josh.
8.
8. Pick a weapon. Any weapon.
Trident.
A +2 trident. For all those fish people out there.
Namor likes this post.
George,
Yes.
the last roll.
Alright. 11.
11. Pick a weapon. Any weapon.
Hand axe.
A +2 hand axe. All right, George. What was your first 69 choice?
First 69 choice was Sensor of Commanding Air Elementals.
Okay. And what's the second?
Boots of Flying.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. Boots
Good
flying.
choices.
Good choice. Surprised at the sensor.
Oh, okay, Billy. I forgot you're deployed. He doesn't have a DMG with him, so he was googling.
Well, you'll probably get it right now, Billy.
Yep, you definitely get it right now. So, after he names off the magic items, he says there's one more thing that he has that you should be aware of. The docks of that particular town is a major trade hub. So you get an enormous amount of trade and ships coming in and out. So there is a dedicated dock working force that is out of game. Basically, they're a union. They report directly to the Jarl. They don't report to anyone else. The dock master will give you weekly reports or daily reports should something come up. But the dock master's name is Dugan. He is a full-blooded orc. He has been in 5 wars. He is highly decorated, and he has raided countless times. And the staff that works under him is 100 other men. And out of game, remember, think of them more like a union.
Okay.
They don't answer to anyone but you.
Alright, I annotated as the Longshoremen's Union.
Okay. So every month, I'm going to give you money based on the income that comes in. And we will roll that, me and you, off the camera so that we can establish how many raids they do, how well business is going. And inside your town, there is 5 businesses that you should be aware of. Londra's Apothecary. Valen's Forge. A temple
Temple.
dedicated to a war god.
Not a specific one?
Oh, it's a specific one. I'm just seeing if George can guess it.
I've got a few ideas in.
Go ahead.
I've got a few ideas out of character, but in character I have no idea.
Yeah, out of character. What are your guesses?
I mean, Thor's the obvious one.
Okay. Who's your other guess?
That I know.
Odin's a war god, isn't he?
Yes.
So yeah, Thor and Odin would be my guesses.
Okay. You're correct. But which one do you think it is?
Like, Thor is the more war god of
Correct.
the two.
Thor. There is a temple dedicated to Thor. There is an inn. It's actually a very large inn. It's a 100-room inn. Because of all of the travelers that come in and out, they have to be able to house people. It's called the Brace. It's named that after the fact that it's built on where a battle happened, and a war commander. There's a little history behind it. A war commander kept yelling out "brace" for the shield wall for 5 days straight, inspiring his men to hold the line while the people of the village escaped. So it's named after that commander. And the owner of the brace is a man by the name of Tom. That's the fourth one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which one am I forgetting? Oh, Liara's general goods store. That is also big. She has 4 warehouses. Anyway, now that that's all settled, the captain looks at you and hands you the rest of the folder, which is your deeds. He hands you a big set of keys that opens every lock in the town. You know, every business, there's a master key for every business. There's a gold ring that was engraved and put on each key ring that's for your personal estate. And you have a keep. There's 100 rooms in the keep. It's big. It's big. Again, it's got to protect that whole bay.
Okay.
So, he stands up, and he says, officially, he will salute you. It is a pleasure to be in your presence, Jarl Skull. If there's anything that I can do for you, please let me know.
I'll just sit there looking completely shell-shocked. Then I'll stand up, put the folder under my arm, and head out.
Okay?
Heading right back to Hunter's place.
As you walk out, you see the guards, they snap to, showing respect because of your title.
I'm freaking out right now. I'm not letting my face show.
So you have sorry, I forgot to tell you this. One of the other things he gives you is your great uncle's neckband. It's the U shaped with the ornate design on the end of it.
Toke, is that what it's called?
Toke.
I think.
I forget what's...
It's made of gold. Its historical value is not priceable at the moment, but on the end, on the left side, there is a shark's head. The teeth appear to be made out of platinum, and the eyes are rubies. And on the right side, there is basically the symbol, like what Josh has around his neck, for Thor. And the Nordic grooves is inlaid with platinum. He says, he tells you that you should wear this at all times. Oh, around your neck. Here, let me help you. He'll help you. He'll stretch it a little bit, put it on, and he'll crimp it so that it's not snug. It just sits there.
Yeah, but it's not. I'm not used to wearing things around my neck, so I'm just fidgeting with it.
And you head out. Every guard you pass will stop and acknowledge you with he'll cross his hand over his heart.
Yeah, I will completely ignore them and hence make. I'm just
beelining it to your fiance.
yes.
All right. So we're gonna leave you there for a minute, and we're gonna jump to Stacy. Stacy is in his house. You okay? Mm-hmm. If it begins to be too much, let me know. But George, you need to keep him from jumping up on people.
I say I'll pet him, but he wants to nibble. And
Nibble usually means he wants to play or he wants food. but which I don't think it's food because they still have food in their bowls. So you're sitting in your house. It's a nice sunny day. You're sitting at the table. I don't know. What are you doing? You made some stuff last night, didn't you? Isn't that what you were doing?
What the heck was I making? We were just talking before. So I figured about the only thing I got going is I go to my room, kind of lightly unpack, just enough. And then for whatever reason, I want to find a mirror.
Okay.
And then just touch all the beads in my hair.
Okay.
And then that's about it.
Okay. So Ron has a terrible memory, so I'm going to ask, what is the status of your father again? If you would remind
I
me.
believe he's dead.
Okay.
My real one.
Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. All right. So you're up in your room, and there's a knock at the door. You can hear your mom's voice say, 1 minute. You hear her walk over to the door, open it, and you can hear talking, but it's muffled. And you hear her say, son, come down here.
Okay.
So when you come down, you see a town guard standing there. And he says, sir, if you would come with me, please. Your mother's like, what did you do?
I just got home.
She'll kind of swat you with the hand towel she has in her hand. You better not have done anything bad, because if I find out, I'm going to cut that ass. And the guard's just like, ma'am, that's not necessary. Please come with me. He'll guide you back to the barracks over there, and you'll go into a very similar room that I described to George. And no one's in there at the moment, and you're sitting there waiting for about 20 minutes, and then the door opens and you'll see the captain I described earlier walk in. He'll say, good evening. Or afternoon, excuse me. He sits down, puts his helmet on the table, or on the desk. So, if you could do me a favor and repeat to me your name.
The full name? Or just that? We'll just go with that by LTR.
He says, okay. Is that your full name?
It's my human name or whatever.
I need your full name.
Belvain Tirnia Eltlin.
Okay. He says, well, I have some bad news, which I'm sure you already know about. Are you aware that your father had adventured and raided for many years? He was a member of the Jons Vikings, a very prestigious raiding group.
If I remember correctly, I probably would have heard stories.
Yep. He says, well, for some reason, he had been keeping this from the rest of his family, but he's actually quite the wealthy man. So yeah. He'll hand you a very familiar piece of paper that I described to George. Basically, your father's death certificate and the lineage tree showing you as the direct heir. And you notice that the Earthane seal is on the paper. And then he hands you another piece of paper that says inheritance. And in it, you notice that he has left you 2 longships,
You got yourself a fleet, son.
more than 1 ship, yeah.
He's got 3 now.
And his flagship has gold.
With them come each a crew of 20 men that had been sailing with that ship for years. In addition, he has an estate up in the mountains that he has kind of kept hush-hush. But it's a 100-room keep. And 50 acres around it belong to him, which also include a coal mine,
Biggest one in the area now.
with 50 workers.
Too soon?
Too soon.
Biggest coal mine in the area now.
With 50 workers. The foreman's name is Yogurn. And inside the keep, there is 200 guards. That's your father kept and paid up. He pays a year in advance to them. So they're incredibly loyal and dedicated to their job. There are 200 slaves, 300 servants, and there is a village within your boundary lines that has a population of around 150. Primarily it's the 150 people live there that's not associated with the coal mine, but the coal miners also live in the village. So total would be the 150 plus the coal miners. Billy sent dollar signs. Money. And your financial contribution will be a little more substantial than what George got, because George got a town. He has 6,840 platinum in his estate. $115,690 gold pieces. $45,000 silver pieces. And 112 rare gems worth 50 gold.
Each or total?
Each. Okay.
You never have to work a day in your life again.
Uh-huh. A lot of rich people in this group.
I know.
The Earthlings.
I even it out.
The Earthlings and Jarls, they back in those days they had a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, I just mean that they wound up in our group.
Thanks to cards. Yeah.
Did you draw the empty throne too?
That's why I'm confused. I didn't draw anything, so this is totally unexpected.
Worked for that.
Oh,
I
he
thought
the
that
one
was
drew
him.
it.
No, he drew it. I know.
Mhm.
He's doing something.
Yeah.
Oh,
so, like I said,
don't
this
worry
is
about
all
it.
a surprise to
This
me.
is background stuff for you.
Yeah.
No one knows what he's doing.
Background payoff.
I got this, Jackson.
This is no this.
And there are 8 magic items that he has. So you can roll the first one.
I love how, like, you guys are getting magic items, but you guys can't really use them yet.
That reminds me, I want clarification real quick.
Yep.
If we are trained in Arcana, do we still only have the one attunement slot so far, or is it multiple if you have Arcana? I couldn't remember what the deal was.
No, if you are trained in Arcana, you have the maximum attunement slots.
Okay.
And then as you get more trained, you open up more attunement slots.
Okay, sounds good.
So Hunter is getting ready, because he's getting ready to learn new magic
Right.
from the wizard.
Mhm.
Once he finishes that, he's going to get a D4 attunement slots
Nice.
for that. So it's going to... You guys have the potential to have it grow, but you have to work at it.
Right.
Because not everybody has magic items, so no one thinks about it.
Yep.
It's not normal nature.
No, I just wanted to be clear on that because I couldn't
yeah.
remember how that worked.
Billy says roll for heart attack.
Yeah.
Hold on, 48.
All right, 48. That's what you rolled for the percentile.
Mhm.
Okay, 48. Slippers of spider climbing.
Ooh, more slippers and pajamas.
Your roll?
65.
65. Weapon of warning. Senor?
84.
84. Helm of telepathy. That's a good one. Josh?
63.
63. Wand of web.
That's a good one.
George?
19.
Sentinel shield. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. So you would be rolling the 6th.
83? I think we
80.
had that already.
Headband of intellect. I instantly look at Hunter.
The sad thing is my intelligence is already at 20, so it does nothing for me.
53.
53. Staff of the Python.
13.
And this is number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Pick a weapon, any weapon.
Stacey, what weapons do you use?
Finesse.
You know what? We don't see it often. The double scimitar.
Oh, the glaive. The double glaive. Oh, double
The
scimitar.
double scimitar.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. So +1. Double tar.
Double tar.
Double tar. All right. And then he will hand you a what's it called again?
Torque.
Torque. That's made out of silver. And
He's supposed to have a tiger toy.
yes, he is. That's our favorite toy. Yes. So on the design is a flat piece on one end that has a engraving inlaid with gold of a mining pick, and on the other side is a lightning bolt. It's kind of pointy, so you got to keep it off your collarbone, otherwise it might actually stab you. But it's highly engraved, and he tells you that this belonged to your father. And he will hand you all your papers, your master keyring, and he will stand up and he will go like this and bow to you, your lordship. So the way it goes, the way I'm doing it is, if there ever is one, which there isn't one at the moment, a king of kings, a king, Earthane, which rules a major city and a very large region, multiple cities. Then you have a Thane and then a Jarl.
Oh, really?
And then there is a normal lord. So basically you're the lord of a house. And he tells you have a good day and sorry for your loss. Because he doesn't know when your dad
No,
died.
I
He
was
just
gonna
knows
say,
that the
it's
death
like,
certificate
wow.
arrived.
What a weird day in this guy's
Took a
life.
while. Yeah.
The day you get back to town.
He does a lot of official stuff.
Yeah, but like basically crowning 2 Jarls in the span of like an hour and a half.
One
Has got
Jarl.
well, and
2 nobilities.
yeah, in the span of an hour, it's got to be weird.
It's odd. Thane's higher than a Jarl? Wow, you did it different.
I like the way it sounds with the order, so I changed it. Plus, I like doing things a little different to keep people on their toes. So, after you're done with that, you're going back home? Back to the house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I need to sit down.
What's your mom gonna think when she sees the torque around her?
Do you have it on?
I must. Do I need to?
Well, you're
yeah,
supposed to.
Supposed to wear it? Yeah,
You're
then
supposed
I
to
guess
wear
so,
it.
yeah.
Those
So-
are gods thinking you're part of the common rabble.
I love how you got a Viking voice for that.
I've been playing a lot of Skyrim.
So you walk in the
Do
door,
not know
and she's
what
sitting
it
there
is.
at the table, just staring at you.
Uh-huh.
Well, what did you do?
I'll just.
Where'd you get the necklace? You didn't steal it, did you?
Your mom has no
Oh my
respect for you.
Wow. I've never stolen anything.
Where?
Ever.
Okay.
I mean, I've gotten into trouble, yes, but I've never stolen
She
anything.
says, okay. Well, where'd you get it?
The captain of the guard? What's that what he was? The captain? No?
Nassar?
Yeah. I'll just hand her the papers. I'm still in shock.
Captain Nassar gave
Yeah.
what is this? She looks at it. She'll put her little spectacles on, and she'll kind of read it. What the hell?
Yeah.
That two-timing asshole had all this money, and he's got us living in fucking squalor, eating cabbage? She's obviously
Okay.
exaggerating,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
compared to where you could be, she's
Mhm,
she's not she's not happy. Oh, I forgot something that's actually really important. George,
Yes.
you have 50 horses and 10 dogs, war dogs. What was that?
Sam sneezing.
Bless you, Sam.
Okay.
You have 10 horses and 5 war dogs. Sorry, I forgot about that. That's actually a very important thing. So, she's like, and then all of a sudden you see her just kind of stare off into nowhere. Like she's thinking. She's like you now.
Mm-hmm.
She's caught up. She stands up, goes over to the pantry, opens the door, pulls out a bottle of wine and a glass. And then she turns around and goes back and she grabs another glass. She sits down at the table. She uses the cleaver that's on the table to pop the cork off. She normally doesn't do that, so she's very aggravated. And she'll pour herself a cup. She'll fill it to the top. And then she'll fill yours up. And she'll put the bottle down very aggressively. And she'll start drinking and staring at the papers. I don't understand. Why would he keep this from us?
Well, we never knew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what she's saying. Why would he keep this from us? Did you know about this? I mean, you and him, I don't know.
Hmm?
He never told me.
Well, she's not my mother either.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so not my real one.
So he never told you.
No, never came up.
What about your real mother?
Well, she's dead.
Do you think she knows? Or she knew, rather?
She might have. One would assume they weren't keeping secrets from each other.
Interesting.
It's gonna be awkward when you rage. See your daddy.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that.
Waiting for what?
I've already
Because these
set up.
ancestral guardians, when he
Mhm.
rages, he sees
Yep.
his ancestors. He's gonna see his dad.
And mother.
So, you and her sit there kind of talking for the rest of or for a couple of hours rather, and just kind of come to the conclusion that, well, there had to have been a reason why he kept it from, especially you. Like her, okay, like she finally admits that there's no reason why she would have known anyway. But
Nobody in the village would have known.
she's excited for you, and she asks a very pointed question. She asks what you plan to do with it. Are you going to go take control of it?
Well, I'm just saying, if they haven't retired yet, they can.
Who?
Him and her and the young.
Why would you?
Hmm?
She asks
I
you
mean,
what?
they can. I mean, I'll cook them up or whatever for.
Oh, your stepfamily? So
Unless they don't want to.
So you want us to move up there?
It's up to you guys. It's an option.
Roll me a d20.
5.
Okay, roll me another one.
12.
They say if you're moving over there, they'll go. If not, they would rather stay here. But they're okay with moving. They'll sell the house. The house is actually very valuable because the town's growing.
So there's, you always rent it out.
So,
Or it could be a summer home
Mm-hmm.
or a winter home.
somebody order something?
Nope. Someone coming in.
No. There's just a strange car sitting out front. Anyway, you and her kind of talk about it. She gets excited for you at that point, and she asks, when are you going to venture out there? You're going to go take a look at things. Make sure it's not run down.
I guess as soon as we,
Make sure the common folk didn't run off with all your stuff.
I guess. How do we get there? Is there is it part of this continent or?
Oh, it's on this continent. It's actually so the two mountain chains that go like this. You have his city here, and then the Blood Bay. Well, right at the bottom of that eastern chain, on the mountain is where that coal mine is. So that's where the keep is, on the mountain next to the. Because it's protecting the
So
the
we'd have to
mine.
go through his first, right?
Well, from where you are, you would travel west across the country, and you would come to the mountains.
No. Yeah.
So you'd get yours first,
Mm.
and then you would go through the canyon that's in between the two mountains, and then you would mountain ranges rather, and then you would make your way up to his city and then to the Blood Bay.
Okay, so the bay's not connected to the ocean.
No. Wait, the bay is not connected to the ocean?
I'm assuming.
Yes, it is.
If it is, then wouldn't we sail to the bay first?
Here, I'll pull up.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, if that's what you wanted, you would sail around, and then you would come into his city, and then you would travel on foot down to the. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I see what you're saying.
Mhm.
I thought you were talking walking.
Oh no.
I
I mean, now when we got a ship.
True.
3 ships.
Well, 2 are already docked at the Blood Bay
Oh, never mind.
because it's closer to the. What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Got Margaret.
I would have to see the map or whatever. If I get, are the other ships I have in the village or in the bay? Is there a river or something?
There's no river that goes.
I'm
past.
just wondering why I have 2 more ships.
So they're in the
for
bay.
your raiders and also
Oh,
carrying
okay.
coal to people, deliveries.
So are his 2 ships actually docked in his city then?
Yes.
Okay, that's what yeah.
Got
Okay.
it. That
Oh,
makes
so
sense.
he's the lord under him?
Yeah.
He's within his territory.
Oh, okay.
So we can get to my place from his. That's all that.
So, after you guys set that up, we're gonna leave it there, and we're gonna hop back over to Rob. So after you're done with your situation, so for everyone about 2.5 hours has gone by, and then all of a sudden, while you're sitting in your bed and you guys are talking, you are standing outside the tower with Hild walking towards your manor. George is just walking into your manor to meet up with his fiance, and you are sitting at the table with your mom. Everyone that is near the inn hears multiple screams. So you wouldn't hear it right away because you're on the other side of the
District.
You're on the other side of the district. But you hear a scream. And
What are these? Chaos Knights? Or Chaos Marines?
no, they're from Grim Hollow. They're actually demons.
Oh!
They're called Champions of Tormak, if anyone's interested in looking up that many. But this is gonna have to move with them so that we can keep track.
Hey Ron. Could I possibly borrow your DMG?
Yeah, there should be one right there.
Oh, is there one over here? Oh, thank you.
This will be 2. And this will be 3. I mean, obviously they have different weapons, but still, just to make sure we keep track of them. And at that point in time, we will enter into initiative. Yeah.
Just so you know.
Thank you.
Oh, that was good. Arnold was good for me.
So just as a reminder for those that are watching, we are going to be taking our lunch break at 4, but we will be back with part 2 an hour later. Okay. Okay. Rob.
23.
Yummy. So, twins, 23. And your cat will be acting on that initiative.
Yeah, I don't know if she'll do much.
Hunter, your character name again?
Loki.
What is Loki's initiative?
16.
What is your dex plus?
I think it's 14.
So +2.
Yeah.
Okay, you will be going on 15 because I already had a 16. So Loki.
They beat you in the initiative.
They beat you on initiative.
Yep,
so
I
they're
know.
going ahead of you.
I'm just trying to think how I have a +3 when I'm only a +2 modifier. Must have something that gives me. Oh yeah, that. Now I remember. Oh, one of my runes.
Hills.
Oh,
Uh,
gives you +1 to
20.
Yep.
Gotcha. What'd you get? 20.
I rolled an 20 on Nish.
You rolled a nat 20.
Skull.
What's your dex? Just 10.
10.
21.
Remember, I'm a child.
I remember.
Remind me what your character's name is again?
Bael.
Bael?
Ken.
10? Okay. I'm gonna get my laser pointer ready so that I can. You guys are gonna have to work together so I can tell you where things go, where guards go, such.
Sure.
Such. Okay. Twins. You hear screams.
We're going to. You said it's like a lot of screams?
Yeah.
Okay. We will leave our room, and however far we can get on a turn, we're going to try and make our way to the roof if there is roof access.
Give me an investigation roll.
I have advantage on that for some reason. Oh, yeah, because of the. I know why. Okay.
What's wrong, Sam? Get him. When one of those spirits in here, get him. Yeah.
16 on investigation.
Sam was staring at the refrigerator like someone was standing there. What's up?
16 investigation.
16? Okay, so you make it to the roof. So that'll be the end of that turn.
Yep.
But before we do, I'm going to have you do a perception check.
Sure. Also have advantage on that. Good thing, too. 19.
19. Okay. So, with a 19, you will see that demon over there
Okay.
and this demon over here.
Okay, but not this one here.
No, because that roof is
Yep.
in the way.
Makes perfect sense.
Okay. Moving on to Skull.
Okay.
So you're just walking in and you hear the scream, and your fiance looks at you, and
She's not here. I sent her to hunt.
as I said,
My
when
house
you
is-
left, you were making your way to the house, to his house, to meet up with your fiance, and you were just walking in the door.
Okay.
So you're standing there with the door with the knob in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the screams. You see your fiance looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
The butler is looking at you, and then your companion runs to your side.
Yeah. All right.
What would you like to do?
I'll hand Lauren everything I just inherited and tell her get inside.
She grabs it and goes,
All right.
throws it in the fire. I'm just kidding.
That would be upsetting.
I mean, I wouldn't really have lost anything, but
It's true.
so.
These demons are gonna taste the rainbow.
So I'm going to head in the direction of the screams. Which
They're everywhere.
okay.
So pick a direction without metagaming where the demons are.
All right. So nope.
We'll say I'm north.
Yeah. So you're north, south, east, west.
And then the
Yeah.
other things. Oh,
West. So heading.
this one?
Yep.
Stop. The moment you get to that point, actually, one more step towards me.
All right.
Roll me a perception check to see this one.
Okay.
He wouldn't be able to see that one. The tower's completely in the way.
I know. I'm something else. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Perception. 16.
Okay. So over here, what you see townsfolk running toward the tavern,
Okay.
and you see guards going this direction
All right.
and this direction.
All right.
So people are running away from those areas, so you can logically determine whatever's going on is probably in that direction.
Okay.
That's what I was having him roll for.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Considering that this sight line is longer, and I don't see anything in either direction, but considering that this sight line is longer, I assume that this thing is closer.
That makes sense.
So, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. And I assume I see it.
Yes. You can give me a perception just as you turn the corner.
Alright. 18.
Okay. You see he has a woman up like this, and his claws are digging into her throat, and he has ripped out her intestines and is chuckling.
Overhand my throwing axe.
Okay, roll.
Let's see. Uh, 17.
17 misses. It hits the wall next to him.
What? Hati, come.
So you guys all hear Hati howl. A very familiar combat howl. So you guys know where him and Hati are.
Mm-hmm. And I'll switch to two-handed grip and,
Pass turn.
yeah.
Hild.
So I see the one he fired at, correct?
Yes.
That's number 2.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I see a guard right next to him.
Yes.
I consider him as my ally.
Oh,
guard?
sneaky peeky.
So I don't need to sneak for that, correct?
Correct.
Take out a +1 dagger. Chuck it at him.
Is that one of the silver ones? Because that does matter.
It was one of the +1s. I
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
got like 8 of
I
them.
have 8 of them.
You have 8. Yeah, we have found 10 of them in the temple.
Yeah.
I don't think you said they were silvered, but I don't. They
They
are.
were magic.
They're magical
They're
plus
magical
one.
plus ones. Okay, that does matter.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna plus all of this for a total of 99% sure this is gonna hit.
I thought you were saying you rolled a 19. I was like,
It's a very good D20.
What is this?
wow.
Third
how about
edition?
34?
Huh?
How about a 34?
I might just yet. I don't
Are
know.
you using that plus 20?
That's a
thing?
hit.
I think he
Yep.
used that.
Gotcha.
Pretty much he has to do that if he wants to hit.
So this guy's about to take
That's
the
fair,
rainbow.
actually.
Okay,
I mean,
You could roll an 18.
unless
that's a lot of juice.
like as long as this guy's AC isn't above 20, Josh has a 5% to hit with a crit.
Right.
But otherwise, he is most likely using probably 17 miss, so probably 18. Josh has 15% chance to hit, I think.
Assuming it's 18, you could roll an 18 and 19. So that's 3 out of 4.
Yep, that's
So, yeah.
15.
And that's assuming it's 18. Could be 19,
Yeah, it could be 19
or higher. Yeah.
So after this damage lands, we will be starting our break.
It would have been funny if Josh had just crit. It's like, okay, roll damage. Yeah, this thing's dead.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's anything's possible.
Well, because like 100 damage plus 10d10 plus the d4.
These things could have
Oh.
300 hit points. We don't know.
65 points of damage.
This is to number 2.
Number 2.
So where do you want the dagger to hit?
Right in the eye.
So this dagger flies across, passes right by your head, George.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. You see this dagger fly through the air, and he
Passes right by the guard's head.
passes by the guard's head and goes right past the woman he's holding, and it sticks right in his left eye. And he roars in pain and holds his face, grabs it, and rips it out as blood spills all over the woman.
And he'll
Good
die.
night! And we will see you guys after the break.
Oh, brother.